there. I hope you're doing awesome today. Excuse my haggard appearance. I just felt like filming this video tonight and didn't feel like setting up or anything, so that's okay. So I just wanted to update you guys on our TTC progress this month. We are almost on the 2-week wait, so we're actually, I think, 2 days away from testing. If we test like when my Wood app is suggesting, or if we are going to test in like 4 or 5 days, something like that, but we can test very soon, which is very exciting. So this month was our 16th month, and we're entering into our 17th month tomorrow. So it's kind of like our 16th/17th month. I have no idea how many cycles, probably, I don't even know, like 23 or 4 or something. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. That's a long time. But at least we did get pregnant once in that amount of time, so that's good news. We have been having a very rough time emotionally lately with trying to conceive. It just feels like it's been an incredibly long time that we've been trying, and I know that there's definitely people who've been trying way longer. I've heard of people trying for 15 years. Like, there has been people who have an insane struggle, and we're just starting the kind of medical part of our journey, so I know we seem like just babies ourselves to some people, but to us it feels like a crazy long time. And so I've been struggling with that, and it just feels like, especially when you're trying, that absolutely everyone around you is pregnant, especially if you're around like the kind of average age for people to start having kids. I think almost every single person I know that's married and that's around my age is pregnant right now, which is very difficult for me. That's been hard, and also even YouTubers that I watch, like quite a few of them actually who aren't even TTC YouTubers have recently been like, I'm pregnant, and I'm really happy for them, and I love watching those videos, and I hope that it'll be kind of us in the future announcing that once again. But it is very emotionally rough to watch those things, and I was saying earlier to Jason that it just depends on my mood. If I'm in a very vulnerable mood that day, it's gonna make me really upset and probably cry. If I'm feeling really confident about our trying to conceive process and everything, then I'll be really happy and excited that I know that'll happen for us one day. At least I sincerely hope it does. But yeah, I'm very proud of us for this month's progress. Sometimes it can be very difficult for us to baby dance, and we were able to baby dance 2 times at the beginning of my fertile window, and then 2 times where it was like the day before ovulation, and like I ovulated that morning and then we baby danced that day. So that was awesome. We were like perfectly timed and very excited about that. I did have a really weird experience with my OPKs this month. I'm gonna do a WANFO review very soon. I have the footage for that, I just haven't had time to put it together, but that's coming very soon. I was using my WANFOs and I had been testing every day, so I had a really weird experience that I've never had before with OPKs. And I was testing every day. You're not supposed to do it with first morning urine, so it was the second morning urine I was testing with. I did 2 tests some days, just when I was a little confused about like when ovulation was really close and what exactly was gonna happen, but most days I just did the one, because my cycle, I find that it actually is very long. Like, I usually still ovulate around cycle day 20, which is when I ovulated this month. It was either 19 or 20, so it was right in there, and that's quite late in the cycle. But I'm getting that looked into, so that's good. When I was approaching ovulation this month, I actually had 3 completely positive, like exact same amount of darkness on all of them OPKs, which is very strange. And I actually went on the Glow app to ask some people's opinion about it, because I had looked it up and people were talking about double ovulation, where you ovulate 2 eggs and they're slightly one after another, and that's how you can get twins sometimes, which is very rare. And I don't know too much about that. That's why I was trying to figure it all out, because I was like, what is this? That's crazy. But that's really great if I did. It increases our chances a little bit, so that's awesome. But yeah, so I was looking that up, and then it was just weird. Sometimes some people were saying that that's completely normal. Some people were saying that's double ovulation. So I'm not sure. If you guys know anything about that, please comment down below and let me know. Like if you've had like 3 or 4 peak like OPKs, they're completely positive. Let me know what that means, because I was very confused. But yeah, that was weird, but I'm very glad that I got a bunch of really good high fertility kind of days, and we managed to baby dance through like all of them. So hey, that's really good. Since then, when it was around that time, I think probably a day before or maybe 2 days before I'd gotten those positives, I finally had the egg white CM. And usually that comes earlier in my cycle. I usually have it for a really long time, like a week or a week and a half or so. And this time I only had it for about 3 or 4 days, so that was kind of weird too. But yeah, so I had that, and then after I had finished ovulating, I actually probably about 4 or 5 days after, I had one singular little dot of like pinkish, really light red blood. And so I'm really hoping that could possibly be implantation. It was really random and just one dot and then nothing since, so it might be, you never know, so that would be awesome. But yeah, so, and I have been having a lot of signs so far in my 2-week wait, just that really full feeling in your belly, in your uterus area, that kind of bubble feeling in my lower right ovary. I had that when I was pregnant before, and kind of like that back pain and like pinching at the same time, that like that's what it feels like when you're implanting sometimes. So I had that too, and then bloating, really sore boobs, exhausted, really emotional. It has been a stressful time lately, so I don't know if I can pin that all on just my 2-week wait symptoms, but yeah, I've also been quite nauseous and really dizzy at times too. So it was a lot of like crazy symptoms, and I'm really hoping that they will lead to a positive this month. I'm really excited, and I do have my hopes up a bit, but I'm trying to, of course, be reasonable, because we have been trying for 17 months, coming tomorrow. So I've learned to be very patient, where I was extremely not patient at all in the beginning. And I was like one of those people who, I was in month 2 and I was already like, why isn't this happening? It's taking so long. So I think that our fertility struggles, a big lesson that we're maybe supposed to learn is patience, and to just put your faith in that it'll happen when it's meant to happen, sort of thing. Because that's very hard for me. I like to be very impatient and do things on a schedule kind of thing, and I can't do that. You have to just go with the flow. So yeah, I think that's part of our life lesson for experiencing some infertility. And on the fertility testing side of things, I wanted to update you guys. I went to the fertility specialist earlier this month, and she went over my results from the first test and said everything looks perfect, and none of them came back positive except for the RH test, like the Rhesus test, because I already knew that I had A negative blood. Well, I do have A negative blood. And yeah, so that was the only one that came back positive, which I already knew about. And I actually met somebody this month that...
Who you cheating on me with?
No, you were there.
Oh, okay.
I met somebody on Easter that they were like a family friend kind of thing. And he said that his wife actually had the same thing that I had, with A negative blood, and so did his daughter. But they managed to have a few children, and it was all good. You just have to do kind of like extra care and make sure you get into the doctor right away and get that Rhesus shot to make sure everything's safe and smooth sailing. So that was really good news, and it was great to hear about somebody in my actual immediate life, and not just on the internet and everything, that has that type of blood. That was really cool. So that made me feel less alone. That's the first person I've heard of in my actual day-to-day life, so that was exciting. But anyways, so I went and I got one more blood test. I was tested for diabetes and for my progesterone level, which I didn't know she was going to test for that, but I was so happy when I saw that on the sheet. I was so excited because if you guys have watched my videos for a while, you can see in the beginning that I was so worried about the luteal phase defect, which I still think I have because sometimes I ovulate the 20th day of my cycle, sometimes it's the 22nd day of my cycle, sometimes it's like the 12th day of my cycle, so it's a little bit all over the place. But it's usually around the 20th or so, and that's quite late to ovulate in your cycle, so I was worried about the baby having enough time to implant if we conceive, kind of thing. So yeah, so she's gonna check my progesterone level, and that was on cycle day 21 that she checked, so it was the day after I think I ovulated, so that's really good. I'm happy she did that. I don't have the results back from that yet, but our next one we will, and if we're not pregnant this month, I'm going to call in and book my HCG test for this upcoming month. And my husband Jason is also getting his sperm test done this week or the next week, probably this week, and we'll get the results back from that. So that's very exciting. Yeah, I'm so happy that we're getting all these tests done. And once these are all completed, we'll have a complete picture of both of our fertility and our reproductive health as much as we can without having like surgeries to go in and actually look, kind of thing. So yeah, so that's very exciting. I'm very happy to hopefully just confirm that we're both really healthy, but then it's unexplained infertility, which is very difficult because you don't know which road to go down. We will find out very soon about that. So that's our TTC update for this month. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We are just a few days away from testing, so please wish us good luck and baby dust. I really hope and pray that this is our month. And also, I've been watching this couple on YouTube for quite a long time, and I really love watching them. They're so great. Their name on YouTube is Derek and Liza. And so it's Liza or Elizabeth and Derek, and they're such a sweet couple. They have been through so much. It is absolutely insane, and my heart just goes out to them. They just had their third failed adoption match, which I felt so bad for them. But if you want to go over and check out their channel, I'll put their link in the description box below, and you can check it out and leave them some love and some support because they are just amazing and they deserve to have a baby as soon as possible. I even said to them, like, I would love to surrogate for you guys one day, but I want to have my own kids first and then look at that maybe down the road. But I just feel so bad. I wish I could give them a baby. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day. Lots of baby dust to you if you're trying to conceive, and I will see you next time. Bye. Excuse my a little bit haggard appearance.
Don't be one of those girls.
Too bad.
There's always a shadow of me on the wall.